time it is. It's your boy DJ RichieSkye back with some tea, interviews, recaps, and more. And be sure to check the links in the description of this video for trips, for books, one-on-one sessions, and more. Now let's get into the tea.
I'm in New York with these type of bitches.
I mean, y'all remember this?
If you want to take my job, totally, you can have it.
No. You got $100,000. I never said $100,000.
We'll get it. And if I have to give up my own money, I'm not letting no bitches like y'all be.
My. The tables sure have turned. Down to the NBC Universal upfronts, Phaedra Parks, Dr. Jackie, and Dr. Simone have reunited, and it feels so good. What y'all think Dr. Heavenly and Quad gonna say about that? Oh, Lord have mercy. Child. Speaking of which, y'all, did you happen to catch this bit of tea, though? While Dr. Simone was present and accounted for with Phaedra, guess where she was not present and accounted for? Quad's birthday party. Okay. So shout out to the Reality Entertainment TV Instagram page for the first story, but Jasmine Brand on the second. All right. It says the Married to Medicine cast recently celebrated Quad Webb's birthday. Happy birthday, Quad, with a glamorous party. But fans quickly noticed Dr. Simone Whitmore was absent. It says the event was filled with laughter, dancing, and heartfelt moments, while Simone's absence raised eyebrows. The celebration carried on in true ATL style. But we do remember that Simone and Quad fought almost to the death, okay, at the Married to Medicine reunion. So it's really not a total shock, but do you think that they may have reconciled off camera? I'll tell you what's even more surprising is seeing Toya and Quad together. That's what's more surprising to me, especially after the things that they had been through. So you would think that if they didn't almost got into like, I mean, I don't know. Of course, you know, Toya and Quad, I mean, there's really no real reason why they shouldn't be getting along, right? I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it was just an alleged hit that was put out on Anila and an alleged, you know, that Toya was behind. Like, what? But Quad did say she did not think that Toya and Eugene were scaling the walls. Yo, that was the wildest storyline ever. Y'all remember that? Skye Squad, we are back in the building with a little bit of tea, a little bit of fun shade, and some drama, okay, from our favorite reality TV shows. If you are new here and haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. Also, like this video and comment your thoughts down below. Are you guys shocked to see Phaedra back with Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie? I would assume that the NBCU upfronts were a place where even the, you know, worst of frenemies, if invited, could find themselves getting along. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Now, let's get into some real tea. Okay, some real interesting tea. Well, it's tea that I thought was interesting anyway, because I like when we find something kind of new out. And I did wonder this myself. You know, when Porsha fired or allegedly fired or let Drew go from her post as a brand ambassador for Go Naked, but quickly also needed Drew there. Not really needed, but invited Drew probably as a courtesy to her Pampered by Porsha event, which really was a brand photo shoot. So, I mean, kudos to you, Drew. You got fired by one brand, but rehired by another. All right. So, as to whether or not Drew got paid for this, because fans were wondering, I kind of wondered too. Like, if you don't want her to be a part of one brand, then why have her be a part of another? But maybe that was simply a courtesy invite because the rest of the girls were going to be there. I don't really know. But in terms of payment, yes, indeed. Porsha says that the beautiful Drew was paid by Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was at work. Didn't you know? Well, Drew says, I mean, by those standards, I was also at work on her birthday trip, where she was also not invited. I gotta admit, Drew, now that was a nice thing. That was a nice, cute clapback. That was a nice, cute clapback because at the end of the day, this is also Drew's job. And you kind of dismissed her from a job assignment, but she showed up anyway, clocking into work like a good employee. Somebody in the comments said, let me guess, let's guess that Angela been teaching you some good comebacks. Y'all, you know what? I ain't gonna lie, Drew. You hit the nail on the head. Okay, you hit the nail on the head. Although somebody says responding to everything but those tie rumors on Basketball Wives. Oop, bloop, 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 bloop. Now, a lot of you guys have pointed out that the reason why Drew hasn't commented on those rumors is because she's also still in this whole contentious divorce. So why would she admit to being in an alleged relationship on camera with Ty Young? But Ralph has said that she has admitted to him that she was allegedly with Ty. But do we believe Ralph? Who do we believe more in this situation? Because there are plenty of people who have a hard time believing both Drew and Ralph. So I guess we are still left with the questions. Were Ty and Drew actually together while they were talking for 3,000 minutes, 50 hours, 5,600 minutes? You are a true Broadway kid if you know that song and you know what it was from. And chime down in the chat if you know what that ditty I was just humming was from. But yeah, that's a lot of minutes. Somebody said it was within a billing cycle, so maybe they was just talking that month, right? Maybe it was just 50 hours in the 1 month. I mean, that's really only more than a work week. I mean, why not? There's a lot that Ralph and Drew were going through, so that was probably a lot for Ty to listen to. So 50 hours worth, that's a lot. Maybe it was 50 hours for each of the years. I mean, maybe 10 hours was for each of the years that Drew and Ralph were married. How long were they married? I don't know. I don't really know. But that's a long time to be talking to somebody that just providing a listening ear for. That means Ty got a lot of time on her hands too. But I mean, maybe she was listening to her while she was in between coaching gigs. I don't know. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Side note, there was one other little bitty tidbit that we forgot to mention when we talked about the Tamar and Nene Leakes and Candy and Latasha story from yesterday. But what you guys had a lot to say about on that video. One of the other things that was revealed in that interview that I thought was actually good. I watched the entire thing on my drive back. As I promised you guys I would. I watched it. I think I liked the video too. If not, I will go back and like it because I do want to show support. This comes where I talked to you guys yesterday about, Tamar calling Lonnie Love Big Back Cadillac. Okay. Now, Nene, during this segment, they talked about The Real. And Tamar talked about how she was the person, along with Vince, who created The Real and presented it. And then only when it was told that she would have to spend every day on set that she said, I can't, they said that she couldn't do that because she had so much going on with all of her different shows and the music that they decided that they would build a show around her. Now, we also have heard from Lonnie Love that she felt like she introduced the concept of the show as well. Now, what I will say is this was probably a case of things happening and the two ideas were merged together. Lonnie Love probably had a concept that she was working on with some of those people. Tamar had her own concept, and the network or somebody there probably put them both together once it was revealed that Tamar would not be able to be there every day to host the show. So I believe that this came about as a situation where two ideas were merged together. And I just feel like each party probably thinks that it was their idea, which to a certain degree it was. That's what I think is most likely to have happened, just kind of understanding the entertainment industry in the way that I do. I would believe that would be the case more often than anything else. But I also was interesting to note that Nene Leakes was also one of the people that was in contention for the show that Tamar was building before Loni Love was introduced to it. Nene allegedly also had a contract, but she could not do it because she was doing Real Housewives of Atlanta. Tamar believes that the show might still be going on if Loni Love wasn't present for that, or whom she calls Big Back Cadillac. You know, Nene alludes to there being, I don't know that she said that there was any rift, so to speak, with her and Loni, but she did confirm with that, because Tamar was guessing, did Loni Love demand to be top billing on the shows that you were hosting? And Nene did say she did go last. Top billing is basically like the headlining, the person that goes last on the comedy tour or whatever like that. So the way Tamar presents it is though, you know, Loni Love was very friendly to her face, but pulling all of these shenanigans behind her back to get her fired. So, you know, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, am I shocked that Tamar still feels this way about Loni Love? Maybe not really, because I do think that she felt there was some personal embarrassment there, given that the way she went through that whole situation at that particular time in her life. But I think that, you know, calling Loni Love Big Back Cadillac when, you know, nobody likes to be called those types of names, especially even Tamar, right? So I do feel like, I think it's, now, did I laugh? You know, I laugh because of the absurdity of it, right? But is it funny? No. It caught me off guard in the way that she kind of still was holding on to that, specifically because I feel like Tamar is now back in good graces with WeTV, or at least they are in her good graces. They are making things right with her. She is doing stuff with MTV as well. So I just think that, I guess I'm just shocked that she's still there with Loni in this way. But you know, she in reveal she would never have a conversation with Loni either. She doesn't see a reason. There's no reason for any type of reconciliation. I don't necessarily think that there's always a need for reconciliation or a need to meet a meeting of the minds, as much as maybe you just don't F with that person. And I can totally understand that. But the Big Back Cadillac, I wonder if Loni will ever clap back to this. Because Tamar is upset also too, because Loni Love wrote about her in her book. So let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think that Nene would have made a better co-host with Tamar and the rest of the ladies on The Real? Because Tamar says that she was responsible for hiring Tamara and Adrian as well. So, and she claims that she did not know about Nene Leakes getting a contract, and she wishes that Nene Leakes would have told her. So, do you think that Nene would have been a better fit for Loni Love? Let us know in the chatterization down below. I feel like, I wonder if Nene and Tamar would have gotten along in that capacity. That would be interesting. I mean, they seem friendly enough right now, so, and they are neighbors, according to the interview. It was a very interesting interview. Very interesting indeed. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section down below. With that being said, that's all the tea we got for you guys right now. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell button, and I will catch you in the next video.